Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another movie reaction and commentary. And today we're going to be hopping to a film called Primer. I have no idea about this film. Just similar to the last film that we've watched, The Devil Wears Prada, I have no clue as to what this film is about, what the characters are meant to be doing. I'm going in completely blind into this. And if you don't know this channel by now, that's usually the best way I love to approach a lot of films, especially films that I don't know anything about. Not only is it challenging for me, but it's a good way for me to kind of just have a really good, authentic experience with this. But yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm about to boot it up. But yeah, it's only an hour and 17 minutes. So not sure if the YouTube video is going to kind of reflect the fact that this is a shorter movie. So if this is a little bit more of a shorter edit, then that's probably why. But yeah, again, I have no idea what this film is going to be about, jumping in completely blind. If you guys want to recommend me more films that you may think that I would have a really good time with, especially going in blind, leave a comment below. You can also join the Patreon as well, and you can get involved with the movie polls that we have going on, hence why we are watching these movies now. If you're wondering how I am able to select these films or how the process works when it comes to selecting these films, then look no further, because it's on the Patreon. We have Patreon polls, and the people have been selecting some pretty awesome films lately, and I've been having a damn good time with them. So if you want to get involved with that, the best way to support the channel is through Patreon if you haven't already, but you don't have to do that at all. You can also support the channel by leaving a like, comment, and subscribe, and at the end of the day, you don't have to do any of the things I just said. I hope that you can just sit back, relax, and get your popcorn and snacks as we hop into Primer. I don't know, I think because of the short runtime, I have a feeling that this is going to be highly experimental. Now, what that may include, I'm not too sure, but already we're looking at a few scenes, and I'm already getting that vibe that this might be a trip.
It wouldn't even be considered new, except for maybe in the geological sense. They took from their surroundings what was needed and made of it something more.
Interesting. That is interesting. So I'm just going to assume that this isn't, the the making the computer in your garage story. Also, the title's interesting too, Primer. That's interesting.
Residences, but these are not the bulk orders to OEMs or retail giants. These are the quiet basement
hackers.
Yeah, hacker wannabes testing their dad's own motherboards.
Okay, so we are dealing with some hacking. All right. That definitely makes what they said earlier a little bit more, gave it a little bit more clarity.
And I wasn't 100% sure what we're doing, or even if I didn't agree, maybe. But if it's my turn, if we're still playing by the rules, then this is what I want to try.
It's great. I love how we are getting introduced to this. Just getting little bits and pieces, but we could tell that these people are potentially stepping into something that is way over their heads.
Should let them go at it for the next 2 months.
They do theirs, we do ours. From the time we installed it.
Don't eat that. Don't eat that. Seriously, it's bad. We'll have to throw the first couple batches out. The filter.
What about crush?
No, what, she got like an iron deficiency? I love that the dialogue is it's overlaying over top of each other. I don't know, I think it gives like a really cool grounded realism to it. We had other films that we watched on the channel that did something similar, and I noted that.
Yeah, I don't care. So,
I
resistance.
need 9, right? Yes.
Would you jiggle the,
Call it that? Yeah.
flip the,
Robert did it.
well, yes. Yeah, I guess. Well, then.
Yo, how they are doing the dialogue is very interesting. Because it lets me kind of relate to how their brains are working together. That makes sense. There's like this very geared way of going about things and cooperating and collaborating. I think that's really interesting. The dialogue that's happening here is noticeably different. And I can't help but think that's intentional. Yo, maybe they are building a computer in their garage. Maybe that is exactly what's happening. You're gonna start floating? That's crazy. So they like using vibrations to float things, which is actually possible.
Next part. Let's do the next part.
Yeah.
But this, I'm intrigued. I am intrigued.
0.5 liters of argon.
Straight argon. Okay, that's crazy. The first time I think I've ever heard just argon just being pure, like put into something.
I'm turning it off. Wait. No, it's flying my camera. I'm not buying it. Okay, I didn't do that.
Damn, this is so cool. This is 2004, by the way. I'm loving how this looks. I love how this film looks. Like, quite literally, the film.
Right, just the box.
The plate stays the same.
Yeah, the plate's the same. What you do is you gradually feed it till...
I gotta say, I love the sound design. The sound design is eerie.
It's growing with its own
It's discombobulating.
loop, and it just regulates itself. And what you do is when it gets...
I don't know, it just feels like you shouldn't mess with it.
You want to see something weirder?
No. No, absolutely not.
So what the hell is this thing?
Damn, did they just make like an infinite battery glitch? Is that what's happening here?
Abe, it's my garage, okay? It's not like they're paying rent.
There was value in the thing, clearly. That they were certain of.
I gotta say, I do find it interesting that they're always casually dressed. Kind of reminds me of like Office Space in a way. I wonder if that has to do with anything to the overall components of this film. Because yes, what people wear is important to a film as well too, if you want it. I'm also getting a little bit of train spotting as well too. Obviously they have no similarities in their stories, but just a little bit with the editing as well as just how the film looks does give me a train spotting vibe.
Show you the most important thing that any living organism has ever witnessed.
Well,
The color grade in this is interesting too, or just at least the film stock that they're using. What it's doing is that it's sucking out the green and desaturating it, and that makes like a weird grayish blue tone to a lot of the trees and the grass, which is cool because it gives this look more of like a coffee office environment. Like it brings more of the yellows out, which is good because, you know, the office space kind of resembles that of like, you know, the yellow lighting and the yellow tent. And I relate it to a coffee stain because it kind of seems as though like this coffee stain overlay is on top of the film look.
You thought it was a joke, right?
It is a joke.
Right, but how'd you know? Will you show him, please?
What is the secrecy? What is going on here? Now the conversation is, you know, taking a turn into like fungi and bacteria, proteins, and I'm interested. What is happening?
Variable that you can turn negative, still get rational answers.
It's 1 minute out here.
It's not mass, it's not...
22 hours.
It's around 1300.
27 minutes in the box.
It's odd, it's an odd number.
How many minutes is it?
I love how they are cutting this up. I love how the dialogue is running. It's good. It literally puts us into their brain. And there's this weird organic like anxiety that forms from that. I wonder if that feeling would still prevail if it was actually silent. We were just seeing a bunch of images rather than dialogue.
I just want you to see it the way I saw it.
I am trying, okay? I really am here.
Look, everything we're putting into that box comes ungrounded.
Yeah. Everything that, like, how this is shot really reminds me of Office Space. Or maybe Office Space takes from this, depending on which was released first. But I'm loving the outfits. I'm loving the environment. I'm loving just, like, this unique age of technology.
I think we can really publish.
Oh, Aaron, the Weeble's stupid. It can't move. I mean, even...
And this color, this overlay within the film gives off a nostalgia that I don't think was intentional just due to it being in 2004. I think I'm only saying that because I'm in 2023. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, that's crazy. What? Was that just a clone? Are they... Was that just a clone? Is that what just happened? How they shot that was weirdly creepy. I like that.
We're seeing something on the news that might, if we're dealing with causality, and I don't even know for sure. What?
Yeah, they're totally they are totally building a like a time machine. At least that's what I'm thinking. I'm still in the mix of this. I'm still trying to figure this out, but I'm enjoying the experience. This is really cool. Very weird. What the heck? What is going on here, man? Dude, I'm loving how that entire segment was sliced together. That was really cool.
For 6 hours.
The editing during that entire exchange, that entire buildup for when they're finally in there and they're activating the machine, that was really well done.
Right. But also, at that point, I or my double or someone was in the box coming backwards. So who knows what that would have done if I would have turned the machine off.
Definitely.
Dude, that is so weird. I don't even know like how the science behind that even works. Someone explain that to me in the comment section. That is insane. Seeing your double? Nah. But that is quite the invention.
A lot of other stocks out there that do a lot more than double, but it's my first day.
So they are trying to what? Potentially unlock a money glitch? Like, I'm not sure if they are going back in time, but I'm pretty sure they are. Maybe.
Oh, maybe things aren't right, you know? Like, maybe your life is in disarray or just not what you would like, and you start to wonder, you know, what caused this? How did things get like this? You know,
These are interesting questions that he's bringing up here.
my mom would have breastfed, our lives would have turned out different.
A bunch of whiners.
Yeah, they're a bunch of whiners.
Because, yeah, the invention that they've made doesn't necessarily have any practical usage, but it's still, nevertheless, incredibly fascinating. There's a whole lot of what-ifs.
This.
Gosh, it's on your ear.
Your ear's bleeding, man. Give me that, I got it.
I mean, there's bound to be side effects. Come on. And the worst thing is, like, you might have a side effect of this, but you won't even know how to actually go about curing it. This is such untapped potential and environment.
We have to do it now. Do you have his home address? Why now? We were planning on taking a trip tomorrow, right? Just like today? Yeah, for stocks. Okay.
I do love the cinematography too. I love that there's this unique peaking going on here. There's always seems to be something within the foreground.
Before those kids are setting off the alarms. All we really have to do.
Breaking Bad actually does this a lot too, and what usually happens when you shoot that way is that it becomes a lot more of like a documentary, which just makes, you know, the narrative a little bit more personal, without it obviously feeling like a documentary.
He's ready to go to some function with his wife. He looks like he's got like a 2 or 3 day growth now.
Oh, wait, are you sure?
Yo, is he using it as well? What is going on here, man? This mystery is crazy. This is like some Scooby-Doo-ish right here.
Yeah, this is James Miller from Putney and Myers. Hi, Mr. Granger? Thomas Granger?
Ooh. Whoa, what is going on here?
These are set right. I turned them on at 5.
He could have used one and gone back to 5.
Damn.
He'd be in one of them right now.
How the heck did he know about it, though? That's so weird. How the heck did he know?
Passing out.
There's no way I would tell anyone about this. No way.
Can you think of any reason that you might?
Oh, wait. Would the doubles... Maybe the doubles had told him? Because that's interesting. Because then you gotta ask yourself, would I do that? That's weird.
That the answer was unknowable.
What do you think he changed?
It couldn't have been much. We didn't have any contact with him.
Yeah, there are so many variables, it's nearly impossible to try and figure it out. I mean, you're kind of guessing possible futures within yourself and those actions. Like, that's frustrating.
Really? Your cell and work?
Yo, we've been here before. We've been here before. Oh, man, this is weird.
Tired. I hope you're not implying that any day is unimportant to Cortex Semi.
Oh, snap. I think the person he put to sleep, was that his clone doing that?
Would describe how simple things become when you know precisely what someone will have for breakfast, even in a world of tamper-proof lids.
Yo, that's crazy. Oh, man. So, what? He, like, drugged himself? Low key? I mean, his clone?
And that's where I would have entered the story, or exited, depending on your reference.
What the heck, man? This is insane.
Of recording the conversations of the day just in case. Through that earpiece, he had a 3-second lead on the world.
Wow. Yo, that's crazy. Oh my goodness. So he knew all along.
Speak aloud the words that came into his head, and those around him.
He was getting information from his other clone.
Aerial meeting is moved to Wednesday.
What?
Yeah.
What the hell am I hanging around here for?
That is weird, man. That is so damn weird.
I don't know. I can see the letters. I know what they should look like. I just can't get my hand to make them easily.
That's weird. What the heck does that mean? What does that mean? What is... Yo, this is so bizarre. This is bizarre.
As he cycled through the same conversations, lip-syncing trivia over and over. How many times would it take before he got it right?
Because what is he trying to prevent? That moment from happening? Yeah, this is the moment with the shotgun. Oh man, this is...
With all the praise and adoration he had coming, he had probably saved lives after all. Who knows what would have happened if he hadn't been there?
Wow. That is weird. That's weird. I'm still having my brain's being destroyed right now.
Hear them. Any of them.
My brain is like smushed raviolis right now. What is going on? Like, I think I'm getting like just pieces of it.
Truth of any of this. I might have written a letter with my signature, but my handwriting is not what it used to be.
Some 20 cm en diamètre.
And it's so weird that the handwriting is affected. Why is that?
Every half meter, placez-les chaque demi-mètre. Everywhere. Partout. Everywhere.
And if you look,
Partout.
you will not find me.
What? And that is the end to Primer. Okay, I need an explanation. Alright everybody, we just got done Primer. This one is funny enough for the lack of the length time. It's only like an hour and 17 minutes. This thing threw me in probably the wildest loop I've experienced so far, simply because even after the film has ended, I'm not exactly sure what happened. And already this is one of those films that I know you have to go back and, piece it together, and probably when I'm editing I'll be able to make greater sense of it. But what I've gotten from this is that they've somehow were able to make clones of themselves, and then on the way there, I guess time manipulation happened because they don't want to create any paradoxes. But then there's this interesting thing that I think happens where I think outlier events started sparking, and they have to question themselves if they would actually do that. And so now you're following these two guys who have to constantly, like, I'm driving myself insane trying to like explain what it is that I'm trying to think of. But what I've gotten from it is that they've prevented an incident that otherwise would have been pretty bloody. If this is so frustrating. Man, I really need to look at a video. This is like the first time a film has like really bamboozled my ish, man. I have no idea. Well, I have an idea. It's just the crosswires are getting mixed. But I love the cinematography and how this was shot. I love that it was a lot more amateur, and even with the film that they were shooting with, and how it looked and how the colors looked, and how, like I said earlier within the commentary, how some of the colors were drained out to kind of perhaps, or intentionally provide more of like that office vibe, that office space vibe, where the yellows are just completely saturated, the greens are pulled from the trees and the grass, and they kind of give off this gray bluish hue to them. The film itself just looked a lot more flat. It wasn't very contrasty, unless they were in like these really dark corners, which film does. But yeah, I'm still puzzled by the story. I want to learn it. So I'm gonna stop talking, because I'm probably gonna look up a video right now to kind of help me piece together more on what this is about and how the technology works and what exactly they were doing and how the ending let off. How I felt about the ending is that maybe he wanted to make a bigger addition to it, but it was really interesting when they had to try and figure out what actions their clones would do. That part is very interesting, because you think you know yourself, but it's the what ifs that you don't even know about that is concerning, So I don't know, crazy film. This was absolutely insane. I was not expecting this at all. Like I said, I came into this completely blind, and I think even if I did have a little bit of knowledge, I still would have gotten just wiped out by the technology and the science and the dialogue that I personally think is really cool. So I'm gonna look up a video and see what it is this film is really about. But for all of you guys, thank you for bearing with me trying to piece it together. I hope you guys were patient about it. Like I said, this is like the first time of me watching this, so if you've seen this 20,000 times and you are like, oh, how come he didn't see this, how come he didn't do that, don't make me make a clone device and have like 50 of me jump you, okay? No, but jokes aside, this was awesome. Can't wait to learn a little bit more about this film. I hope that you guys stay healthy and stay hydrated, because we are just getting started.
Purple jacket, pocket full of weed. Everything that I should ever need. Grab some matches, cause they give them free. Just like my time. Hair pulled back in the backseat.